and I thought this would be my first video. Good afternoon. This is my first video on my solar panel installation project, and this is taken on a this is installed on a 19-foot Coachman Freedom Express lightweight trailer. So I'll show you what I did. First thing that we did was we installed the solar panels on the roof, so we'll go take a look at them. So up on the roof we have two solar panels, one to the left of the air conditioner, and of course the other one right behind the air conditioner. Both these solar panels are 90 watts each, and the wiring, as you can see, is run down the refrigerator vent, a very convenient spot to run them down. So we'll follow these wires down to the back of the fridge vent. Here's the back of the fridge. What we did is we ran some cabling harness along with the wires, and they go down in behind or below the fridge, and which is behind the electrical panel. We'll follow them from there. Indoors we have the fridge, and down here we have the furnace and the electrical panel. And so what I did was, it says down below in this section here, I put in two 10-amp fuses, one 10-amp fuse per each solar panel, and they are accessible. However, we do have to remove this screw and this screw in order to access them. Since they're installed fairly decently, I don't expect any fuses to blow. However, they will be accessible if I need them. From there, they go out of the camper and underneath the camper, and they're run in the cabling harness right here. You probably can't see it, but there's a cabling harness that goes across there, and they go over there, and they go up underneath, up into the trailer to the charge controller. So we'll go take a look at the charge controller inside the camper. In here, I put the divider in, so you could still use some of the storage underneath the bench seat here, to so I wouldn't take up most of the space. However, I did put the two batteries in this half. So here we have two 6-volt batteries, wired in series, of course, to make it 12 volts. The solar wires do come up through the floor there, and they go into a Y, which then feeds the charge controller, and the charge controller, of course, is connected to the batteries. So I also purchased a desulfator, a battery desulfator. That's the one with the green light, and that is connected directly to the positive and negative of the 12 volts. Down below here is an inverter. It's just a small inverter, modified sine wave, 400 watts, but it will run a few things, as I'll show you later. This, of course, is connected to an outlet to the outside, and the other plug runs over here, and it runs below the below the table, and there it is there. So you can run 120 volt AC from the solar panels through the inverter, both a plug inside and a plug outside. A few of the things you can run, or a couple I should say. One here is a crock pot, which draws about 300 watts. This one here, the rice cooker, draws about 310 watts. You can also use a few other small appliances, such as a can opener, one of those handheld blenders, or the other blender called the Magic Bullet. You can also run those. Alright, let's take a look at the outside. This is where the battery compartment is. It has its own door, and of course I wanted to show you the receptacle that is accessible. And if it's raining or something, you can always just close this and lock it, and it's all sealed away from the weather. So that's one battery bank inside the camper. Go to the front of the camper. We see we have a spot here that I can put another battery. And what I plan on doing here is taking the 12 volts that's existing, the 12 volt battery from here, taking it out and putting another battery here and changing this one to a 6 volt. So I'll have another bank of 6 volt batteries connected in series. They're currently connected to these two banks, the ones inside, and this battery here is currently connected to this battery switch. The position number one, of course, is the battery bank that's out in front of the trailer, and the switch position number two would be the battery bank inside the trailer. 1 and 2, of course, is if I want to put them in parallel together, two battery banks together. This is only really recommended for battery banks that are basically matched in both age and capacity. So that's what I plan on doing. I plan on getting this second set of batteries and putting them up front here. That way I should be able to run in position 1 and 2 if I have lots of loading on the system. So that's how it's all hooked up. I wanted to show you this video. It's probably my first video taken, and it's taken on the Coachman Freedom Express 19-foot trailer. And hope you liked it, and have a great afternoon.